G'day guys, it's Phil from Aussie Garage here. I'm here with Dan. Dan, tell us a bit more about your ride, mate.
This one, WB van, had it probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 years now I think.
Yep.
I originally bought it as a work bus and things just kind of grew from there. You know what it's like, things don't stay
Absolutely.
standard for long, especially at my house.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you know, it just became another labour of love, another thing in the shed to tinker with. So yeah, that's basically what this car was born out of.
Yep.
Yeah.
What kind of engines have you got in it?
I got a wrecked WB Statesman, and I took the fuel injected 5 litre out of that.
Nice.
Took the 4-speed gearbox with it as well, so now it just cruises awesome, you know. Turnkey in the morning, you don't have to worry about warming it up, carbies and all that kind of stuff.
Nah, not a drama. And you guys just moved over from Canberra area. How long ago was that?
Oh, that was 12 years ago now.
Oh wow,
yeah.
a long time ago now.
Yeah,
Awesome.
no, we're almost locals.
Yeah, fair enough. But
Yeah.
you used to, you go to the Summernats and stuff like that and do all those kind of things?
Yeah, go to the Summernats regularly. Well, when I can get there these days. I didn't go to the last one. 2 years ago, or 3 years ago now, I did ship the van over there, this one that we're in. I shipped it over for the Summernats, and that was the year that they had all the bushfires and stuff in Canberra.
Yep.
So I stuck it on the train and sent it over, and my plan was to then go back, do the Summernats, leave the car there, go to Parks, which is where the Van Nationals were being held that year.
Yep.
And then I was going to drive it back over with my nephew, and unfortunately that was when COVID hit, so
Yeah. Yep.
basically I didn't get to do any of that except for the Summernats, which was good. Heaps of fun, got to see all my old mates and have a car there for a change, so yeah.
Yeah, nah, not a drama. Has this thing got a nice custom exhaust on it? Because it sounds awesome.
You know what, it's still got the exhaust that it had on the little 253 it had it when I bought the car. So
Oh wow.
yeah, it's nothing special, it just comes out either side, so it's straight out the sides.
Oh, perfect.
Gives it a bit of a throaty look, throaty sound.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, she definitely cruises all right, mate.
Yeah, no, she's a good cruiser. When I first bought it, I basically took it to Petters and said write me a list, and they did. The list was within budget, so I just said yeah, go for it, and they basically went through the whole underneath and replaced any bushes that needed replacing, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, it handles pretty good. It's got good springs and that sort of thing in it.
I mean, I can see you definitely kept it as original as possible. Is
Yeah.
there any kind of future plans with it you're going to do with it? Or?
Oh, look, I've got a couple of things. I mean, obviously, I want to put a mural on the bonnet. You know, I'll probably add some more airbrushing as I go along.
Oh, awesome.
Trim-wise, I'm pretty well done in here. I'm happy in here. If I start going again, it'll just be loads of time. Yeah.
Yeah, more money. And I don't think it needs it, mate. Everything in here is perfect.
Yeah, no, it's a good. Like I said, built this just to drive, just to get around in. As you've seen, I've got my HQ at home undercover, ready for a resto. So
Yeah.
that's the next one I'll be putting my time into.
Alright, so tell us about that one.
So that one I bought when I was 18.
Nice.
So I won't say how many years ago that was now.
Yep.
It would be embarrassing. Yeah, so you know, I had a ball in that car when I was younger. You know, it had a 350 Chev in it, turbo 400. Drove it up and down the east coast with mates on a couple of occasions. You know, just had a ball in that car. It was back in the day when they were not that sought after and people didn't really care about them that much. You could park in places and not worry about people pinching them or parts or whatever, you know. So
Absolutely.
so it was just, you know, it was a great time to have a car like that, you know.
A perfect car to get away in too, because you can sleep in the back of the van.
Oh, totally, yeah. No,
Yeah.
It was awesome, mate. Yeah, no. So anyway, I've been fortunate enough to be able to hold on to it over the years. I took it off the road in 2001.
Wow, so it's been off the road for a while now.
It's been off the road for a long time, yeah. I mean, I pulled it apart, had big dreams back then, but I didn't have any money. And then we bought our first house and this and that, and
Yep.
various other things happened over the years. So I've been waiting for the right moment to sink my teeth into it. because I wanted to have everything lined up and have all the right stuff, have a good budget, all the things you need to sort of get stuck into a project like that.
Absolutely. And I mean, I know you run your own business, you run Vision Trim Shop.
Yeah.
So tell us a bit more about that. How did you get started and how's it been going so far? Have you getting clientels?
Yeah, no, business is good at the moment. Everyone's playing with their toys. Like, I just run a really small business, so my deal is I stay at home and look after our son basically. So I'll drop him off at school and then I work, and then I pick him up from school and I stop work. So I do short days, that sort of thing, but I only take on the amount of work that allows for that.
Okay.
And yeah, we all need our time to ourselves as well and our hobbies.
Absolutely.
And that sort of thing. So yeah, no, but it's really good. So being able to do that's been awesome for me. I love being home with my son and that sort of thing. So
well, they grow up so fast, so you miss everything if you're not around anyway.
oh yeah, they do, man. Totally. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes. Like someone's hit the fast forward button since he's been born.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, my youngest now is what, 17.
Yeah.
The rest are all 21 and over. So you know, and that was it. That was a blink of an eye.
Yeah,
all
it
gone.
happens fast.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I've got another member of the van club's van at the moment working on that, so I'm doing a full rear deck out in that one.
Awesome. What kind of van is that one?
That's to be honest, I think it's a VY or a VZ. I'm not sure. It's one of the one of the newer model ones. Yep. Yeah, so I've been decking out the back of that. Just done all the timber work now.
Oh, perfect.
And, so I'm sort of getting ready to trim it in the coming weeks. Yep. So yeah, I was hoping to have that. Well, will be finished for Max if Max is on. Yep. Yeah, but that's another thing. We'll have to wait and see what happens with that.
Well, definitely. I mean, with COVID at the moment and the restrictions that we've got in WA, we're not 100% sure if it's going to go ahead, but let's hope. Or if it's postponed, at least in that way we know what's going on.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but I've been trimming for probably over 20 years now, I guess. I started in furniture upholstery, which is a little less glamorous, but you know, I still enjoyed that. But then morphing into doing cars was always on the cards at some point, obviously. Being a car fanatic back when I was younger as well.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Apart from the HQ, any kind of other plans or projects you got on the go?
We've got the wife's car, which is a little Ford Cortina. Oh,
yep, we saw that when we opened up the garage,
Yep, so I bought that for her when she was doing her law degree at uni.
Awesome.
So we've had that for probably 17 or 18 years.
Wow.
I'm the sort of person, I don't get rid of things if I have to. I suppose I'm a hoarder, but I don't have lots of things.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, so that's currently getting an engine upgrade. That's basically my fun car. I just take it to the track and have fun with it, basically. So the best I got out of it on the naturally aspirated 250, well, it's a 200 stroker. Best I got out of it was like a 13.9.
Still bloody brilliant.
Yeah, that was bad. That was on nitrous as well. That was with a hit of nitrous, but we only ever took it down the one night, and it was playing up and it didn't kind of work right. And I basically thought I'd heard it because it was a lot of blue smoke blowing back through the breather. So we thought we might have cracked the piston or something, because we didn't gap the rings or anything. We just threw the nitrous on and went for it, as you do. But luckily that was just a head gasket.
Yeah. Okay.
And it was fairly decent blowout on the head gasket. Nearly blew it into the oil journal. So
wow.
So that was good. No machining work on that. So, but then of course when you've got it apart and you're doing things, it's getting a turbo now. So just sort of part the way through that process. I've got the turbo on with the manifold on the exhaust side. So we're just custom making a inlet manifold now, and then we've got to put an intercooler on, an airbox, and get a computer to run it all, and then away we go. So
perfect. Now that'd be awesome, mate. And I know that you're a part of West Coast Vanners.
Yep.
How long you been a member for?
A couple of years now. Or, well, since West Coast Van's inception, I suppose.
Yep.
Which was how long ago? I don't know.
About a year ago now.
A year ago, yeah. But I joined up the other club with everyone else beforehand, so you know, I just wanted to get out, get the van on the road, and have things to go and do in it, basically. Like,
yep.
You know, I'm the sort of person who'll spend all day working on something, and then when it comes to go for a drive, I'm just like, nah.
Yeah.
So it was good to sort of, you know, hang out with like-minded people and just sort of, you know, have things to go and do every couple of weekends. There's something on. So,
yeah. So how do you find the group of guys that are in there and the girls that are in the club?
Oh, awesome, fantastic. Yeah, there's some really great people in the club. We went up to the Dongra Van Inn.
Yep.
Last year with everybody that went up there, and we came home just thinking that we'd had the best weekend ever, and we lost a wheel. So
yeah, that was another story in itself.
Yeah, it was.
Tell us what happened there.
Well, we were about probably 100 k's out of Perth on the way home, and I could start smelling a bit of burning oil, and thought, I knew I had a rocker cover leak, so I thought, a bit of oil burning off on the exhaust maybe, and then the next thing we know, the thump and a bang and a scrape, and the wheel was rubbing on the guard, and I thought, oh, that's weird. We were doing about 110 k's at the time.
Jeez.
So managed to pull her over nice and safely, and yeah, the wheel had fallen. The bearing had completely disintegrated, and the wheel had fallen off.
How did that happen? I thought you had repairs done to the vehicle before that.
The bearing was a week old, yeah, so I don't know what happened. My mechanic, Joshy, he was great about it, you know, he just fixed her all up for me, no problems. We couldn't really tell what went wrong because everything was just in pieces, so... Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty standard, straightforward thing to do, so we don't know whether we had a faulty bearing or something like that. But,
no damage to the body of the car or anything when it came off?
No, luckily no damage. The wheel just sort of came out from the diff and hit the guard and scraped on the guard and didn't go any further. So lucky it's low, and lucky we had stuff in the back, otherwise the wheel may have exited the vehicle altogether. Yeah. That might have been a different story, so... Well,
that's it. That could have been end up tragic.
Yeah, that's right. I had the wife and the boy with me, so that was my main concern at the time.
For sure.
Yeah, keeping my family safe, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but, you know, Dongra was great, you know. Everyone, go to Dongra. The Van Inn. It's awesome. You know, we basically just went from campsite to campsite each night, just catching up, talking, telling stories, having a few drinks. It was fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we got a great club over here. It's wicked.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. This colour of the van, the white, was this naturally white, or was it a different colour when you got it?
It was white when I got it, but it was fairly rough. So when I got this, you know, I bought it off a lady who come from over east, and she left in a hurry by the sound of things. So she basically drove this thing over here, and I think probably on its last legs, engine-wise anyway. It had terrible leaks in the rocker covers, and so there was black all down the sides of it from where the oil had been spitting up. One of the wheels was had the spare wheel on, and one of the mags was missing because she'd done a tyre halfway over.
Yeah.
Little 253, and she was shot. Yeah. Like, it still went and everything, but it had zero power. Chewed almost as much oil as it did petrol.
Oh yeah.
So we'd had to go, and basically that's when I found the VS. I got my mate on the hunt for me, Josh again, you know, and he helped me out and found a car for me for a donor, which was fantastic, good price and everything. So, and then I just went about the conversion. I did it all in my driveway at home.
Nice.
Did everything that I could myself. Yeah, just borrowed an engine crane, borrowed a hoist and whatever else. Oh, not a hoist, just an engine crane and that.
Yep.
Pulled the whole front end off, repainted all the chassis and firewall and inner guards and everything while I was doing that. Steam cleaned everything. Yeah, just gave it all a good tidy up.
Yep.
The VS motor went in really easily, being a 5 litre. You know, you just change your engine mounts over, change your sump over off the 253, and oil pick up, and it just bolts straight in.
Oh, perfect.
Custom made rod shop cross member, shortened tail shaft, and a bit of magic from a Sparky.
Yeah. But how'd you go matching the computer up to make sure it fitted with the van?
Oh, it's alright. You just had to send the chip off, and they basically Cedric Street, so
That's alright, it's all good.
yeah. So basically, you send the chip off, and they just have to turn off all the body control module and the security stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And once that's switched off, then basically it's just an ignition and timing computer, basically. So yeah, I've hidden it in there underneath the kick panel as per factory. But yeah, so yeah, it was good. I like getting my hands dirty to a point. So at that point, basically got it all plugged in and everything, and then I gave it to Josh, and Josh plugged in the fuel lines for me, and then my Sparky came around with all the electrical, and away we went with dyno, tuned up and everything, and yeah, that was it.
Ah, sounds awesome, mate. Sounds awesome.
Yeah, and then I was probably a year later, I suppose, maybe 2 years later, we put cam and valve springs and bits and pieces in it.
Yeah, yeah.
Just to give it a bit more poke. She was fairly doughy before that, still is fairly doughy, but it, now it goes alright. It goes a lot better now than it did, so that's nice.
Just a nice, like, I find it to be a nice cruising vehicle.
Yeah, no, it's good, yeah. And I wanted to keep that reliability with it too. I didn't want it to have it, you know, be unreliable in any way.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I want to be able to go to the van in and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure.